Hello and welcome to this edition of Diaspora Central Spotlight. I am Gil Ingles, and with us today in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, this man comes all the way across from Accra. That's the land of Ghana. Gold Coast is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, welcome to Diaspora Central.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. This is definitely a pleasure to be on here.
Yeah, the one half of one of the biggest companies going on right now, upcoming.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
What's
sir.
the name of the company?
Creative Righteous Children. Yes, sir. We are a creative house, man.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Creative. Don't limit me to fashion. Don't limit me to anything. Just call me a creative.
Anything I put my mind to.
There you go.
Through God.
There you go.
Definitely is the first.
Able to create and do.
Yes, sir.
And that's why we all made in the image of God.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Indeed.
Most
yeah.
definitely.
And owning that power is important.
Yes.
Yeah. So here what we do is we have a conversation where we start on inspirations and we go into aspirations. Can we do that with you?
Yes, let's go through the journey, man.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And your journey actually started in Ghana.
Yes.
Yeah, Accra.
Yes, sir.
What brought you to America?
So my parents came from Kumasi. I was born here.
You were born already,
Yeah,
so you first generation.
Yes, first generation.
By way of Ghana.
Yes. So I say I'm from Ghana. I've been there several times. I want that to be known. You know what I mean? I know the household that I grew up in was very much so
right
back home.
Oh yeah, it's that thing of identity, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah, when you get out that door, you're in America. When you come in through that door, you're in Africa.
Yeah,
the rules are
1000%.
different. Yeah. At what age or at what point did you realize that you're like, wait a second, I'm like not every other normal kid at school. I'm different.
Man, to be honest,
yeah,
man, it started early. I always dressed in my cultural attire. So whether I knew it or not, that's when it started.
Gotcha.
I definitely always kind of stood apart in terms of that, and knowing that okay, this is our fabrics.
Indeed.
Even though it may be loud or whatever the case may be, it's not the same as the American styles. But yeah, I would say early middle school, elementary school, like pretty much.
Indeed. Now, as you were growing up, were you like I guess growing up in a big community of other Africans or other Ghanaians? What exactly was like?
So yeah, I definitely grew up in a very big Ghanaian community, especially younger, elementary school, middle school, and then the neighborhood that I grew up in specifically had a lot of Nigerians as well.
Okay.
So my whole growing up, my crew or whatever the case may be was definitely Ghanaians and Nigerians, and we kind of like band together, because it's a whole nother conversation. But at first, we was against, we was African booty scratchers to start out with. But I don't want to, we can have that conversation another time.
Okay.
But yeah, we kind of like, band together. Then there's also like the stigma of between Ghanaians and Nigerians.
Right.
But we made it a whole.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Africa as a whole.
When you against a bigger front, you better unite if you want to survive.
And we a lot of people in Africa.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's a big army.
Indeed.
Most
Indeed.
definitely.
Now, what city was it?
Missouri City.
Missouri City.
Yeah.
So
Southwest.
still Houston.
Yes.
In Texas.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
So born and raised.
Born and raised, yes, sir.
Wow. And you've been to Ghana several times?
Oh yeah, several times.
What was your first experience like?
The first the first that I can remember, I definitely went a couple times when I was younger.
Yeah. The first one that marked you that you said, yeah, okay, so either this is home or this is not me.
I would say 2009. 2009, I think it was like 08 summer, 2009 when I went, and that was my first time as like, a teenager, you know what I mean? And that opened my eyes so much, like so much to really enjoy what they would deem as poverty or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So early.
So what kind of brought Ghana to your attention and was like, wow, this is home, I enjoy this? What was it?
The people, first of all, the people, they always, and the peace. Yeah, the peace definitely in Ghana. There's a certain level of peace and happiness through whatever they have going on. So I appreciated that, and
Indeed.
it also gave me just perspective coming back here and seeing the paved roads and things that we may take for granted. It gave me great vision, great perspective, and back then in '09, you can definitely ask some of my friends. I said, everybody needs to go to Ghana. Like, it has to be a thing because it just focuses you in, and then you're able to see so many black people, so many just, like, good energy, people that are helpful or whatever the case may be and just in their own lane. So, but it circled back in 2019. I think that was the year of return that they deemed.
Yes, sir.
So I was super happy when I started seeing it. And now it's a thing. Like,
definitely.
They going to Ghana every December.
So. Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't understand what the rest of the world is like until you go and you appreciate Africa. You cannot appreciate even or have perspective on where you are until you visit the continent. The continent will give you really perspective and will help you focus on what's important and what is not, and how to really go about it, because it makes you grow up fast. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, you get there, you grow up, because you see opportunities and you see things that sometimes we take for granted as we're sitting here, because we think that the rest of the world just operates that way.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, you come from a big family?
Oh, yeah. Very big family. Dad's side is like 22 of them.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was a lot.
22 children.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot. Mom's side is big as well, so we have a great sense of community.
Got you.
So,
and how many siblings?
Oh, I have an older brother and a younger sister and an older stepsister as well.
Oh, wow. So your father went from 22 to...
No, that was his sibling.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
your father went from 22, from being 22 into making 4.
Yep.
Wow. And then what about mom?
Mom, oh, man. They definitely have a big family as well. I don't even know the number, to be honest, but it's relatively close.
Right, but she went to what, to 2? Or 3?
Oh, she has 3.
3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can shout out their names if you want to.
My dad.
Yeah.
I'm technically a junior. Yaw Mensa. Is very, very valuable person in the family.
Right.
He doesn't always get the credit, or he shies away from the credit sometimes, but he's very valuable as far as getting things done and connecting people with the right people. So, the oldest of the clan is my dad and 2 uncles.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
One of my uncles, I forget his name.
It's okay.
Impiani.
Right.
When I say Impiani, you'll know Impiani, right? He was actually chief of staff.
Okay.
During Kufuor's presidency. So that ran parallel with George Bush.
Got you.
Right? So that was like, what, 08?
Right.
I mean, right?
No, yeah. Well, ended in 08 because that's when Obama
like
came.
04,
right.
Something like that. Yeah. So that's when he was in cabinet. So he was also a very...
Because that was Bush the son, right?
Yeah.
So that would have been 2000 and 2000 and 2001, 2000 and...
Yeah, he did 8, right?
2000 and... Yeah, because I think he went all the way up to 2008, right?
So
that's when Obama came in.
Yep. Yeah. So I said all that to say that, he was alongside a lot of prominent people in Africa, and then also lobbying. So I definitely want to always give my pops, and he gave me a lot of game firsthand, you know what I mean? Right. So I appreciate it. Even if he wasn't saying it, I was peeping his demonstration, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he gave me a lot of game. So Yaw Mensa, and then also my mother Teresa Mensa, like the hustle, the grind, the energy, wanting to be around people, making them feel lively. Like, my mom is also one of a kind. She's a a barber, and a lot of people in Missouri City know her. Like, once they see this, they're gonna know. Miss T.
There you go. You can shout out the shop. That's your opportunity to promote the shop, and it's okay, right?
I forget the name of the shop now. I think she's in a store on South Post Stoke.
There you go.
But she's bounced around. But they definitely know her, Miss T. She's a legend in Mo City.
There you
Obviously, both my parents, man, I love them to death. So they gave me that perspective I needed, as far as knowing that you're inside, but still have that perspective of looking outside in. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah. Now, at what point did you realize that you had the creative bug?
I think I knew it was always there, but I didn't exercise it, and then I didn't also have the confidence, you know what I mean, to exude it the way I knew. So I had to take that self-journey, become more self-awareness. So I would say, man, I would definitely say, like, going into college, 2010, the business, I started the business. I know we may get into that more, but the business was started in 2014 in a college dorm room.
Got you.
So,
And what? So now talking about the school, let's go ahead and let's kind of digress from college on back. What schools did you go to? So what school did you go for college?
So from college, I went to UT El Paso. That was definitely a cultural shock, being out there. And high school, I went to Thurgood Marshall High School. Here in Missouri, down in Missouri City. And elementary school was Glover. So those are, some well-known schools in Houston.
Right. Now, were there any teachers or any educators, any community leaders, or maybe even family members that played a role in your becoming, that somewhat saw something in you and helped direct you into what your goal?
Oh man, it's so many. Like,
can you name a few?
Man, a lot of coaches.
Yeah.
A lot of coaches. I played basketball growing up. One of my older cousins, was like my sister cousin, Amy and Penny. That's a daughter to Chief and Penny. That's what we call them, Chief and Penny.
Right.
She definitely helped steer me early. She was a teacher herself, so then she made it a point for us to be able to speak properly and really be on our stuff in school.
Right.
Man, it's so many. I can't even lie. I would have to like make a list.
Right.
Like I don't even want to discredit anyone.
There
So
you
many
go.
teachers, so many like coaches, so many just conversations that I've had growing up in the barbershop. You kind of learn the importance of having a conversation, and just how it moves people, you know what I mean? So I got a lot of game in the barbershop, man.
So
a lot of game.
Yeah. Now, do you also cut hair?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I never, it's probably in my genes, man, but I never really exercised that, but I think I probably could if I put my mind to it. That's just my mission, my attitude. It's like, man, if I allocate enough time to it, I can be able to do it,
Indeed.
Respectfully.
Yeah, but there is also a sign of respect for the art itself, right? You probably have the ability to.
Right.
You just don't believe that you are that good. But have you attempted yet?
No, I haven't.
Not at all.
I haven't.
Yeah.
No.
So who cut your hair, Mom?
Mom, most of the time. I have also my barber JP.
Okay.
He's definitely someone that it's kind of funny because your barber is like one of the longest like relationships you have, if you don't move around or whatever the case may be.
Indeed.
So he's been like my therapist, like he's invested in the business, man. So I definitely want to also shout him out, man. I don't want to leave nobody, but as I think it, James.
There you go.
James,
What's
we
the name
call
of
him
his shop?
JP. He's actually moving right now, so we're gonna figure out what that is.
There you go.
I'll be back. I got to come back with a list of people to thank, and because it's so much. It really takes a village, and that's kind of the mindset behind the company, and then just like how my life has gone, man. It's been a village that contributed. A lot of women, a lot of like just people that were important to my success, and just journey. I wouldn't even say success, just journey in general. Yeah.
Indeed. And with that in mind, as a child of the community, let's go ahead and take our first break and take a look at a few images of what exactly this child has developed that showcases the goodness of the community that he's grown in. Because after all, we look at it, anything Afro, and he creates. We'll be right back. And we are back. For those of you that just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight with Gil Ingles, and our guest today, of course, is Yaw. Now, the right pronunciation of your name, it is Yaw.
Yaw, yes, sir. Yeah. It's spelled Y-A-W, Mensa, M-E-N-S-A. Yes, sir.
Now, what's the meaning of Yaw?
So, I'm an Ashanti. That's my tribe. That's where I'm from. And Yaw is given to the boy that is born on Thursday. Yes. So everybody kind of really goes by your middle name more than anything where I'm from. But yeah, Yaw is a boy born on Thursday.
Right. So now normally your first name will be a name given by your parents, or the first name will be the name of the day when you were born? The first name is the name of the day you were born.
Yes, sir.
And then the second name, which is your middle name,
yes.
That would be the name that is given by it's normally your parents or your grandparents?
Parents.
Your parents,
yep,
right.
Yep.
So your parents will name you. And then your last name, of course, which will be the name of the family.
Yep, yes, sir.
Indeed. Yeah. So now, of course, you go through child of the community. You growing in this rich cultural environment, where you've seen a lot of things, of course. And I mean, you look in 2000, you mentioned just kind of being sort of awake, like between 2004, 2009, 2010. So the kente cloth at that point in time is something big, major.
Yes.
Actually, it became the cloth that most people would identify as the African fabric.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
From Ghana.
Yes.
And of course, Ghana is one of the countries that has always had a good return, the return policy for people of African descent. You can go back, live in Ghana as a resident, even without taking citizenship, without much of a problem. Right. The year of return, of course, came, and that proved to be even a much bigger success.
Yes.
Right?
Most definitely.
Yeah. You guys are the legacy of Kwame Nkrumah,
most
right?
Definitely.
Who's the president that brings the country into independence. Yeah. One of the biggest differences that you saw, or that you would claim to be a positive for Ghana in relation to the United States, what would you say it is?
One, I would say just the imaging, just being able to broadcast Ghana in a way that is appealing. Because I think that, prior to, the 2019 and maybe a little bit before that, but the image of Africa as a whole was, huts and things of that nature, and struggling and third world world type of imagery. But I think that the image that it had, I mean, it still has some work to do, because
better showcasing of the content.
Yes, and I think that's important, because there's a lot of opportunity out there as well. Though it's in the state that it's in, but if we're able to connect the diasporas with the homeland, I think we can really make a positive impact.
Definitely,
that's the image. I mean, that's the vision, is building the bridge.
Right. Now, one of the things about America that, in your opinion, definitely is necessary to be taken to Africa, what would that be?
Man, infrastructure. I would definitely say, off the top of my head, it's just infrastructure, and some better integrity, as far as business dealings and things of that nature. But it's just minimal. I don't want to bring America to Ghana to change Ghana as a whole. I just want to bring bridge it to
enhance it, yeah,
but
improve
keep the tradition.
certain things, because there are great things in the continent that America also needs. There's a sense of essence that the continent has that brought to America also can make America really a great country to be in, right? Yeah. So of course, you're dealing with this identity of African at home, American outside the door, right? At one point you realize that, oh man, I gotta merge those two.
Exactly.
When does that happen?
I think I made that decision maybe like my senior year, as far as like no intentionality, you know, because I was doing it maybe subconsciously and I didn't know, you know, maybe sometimes consciously, but I think that like my senior year, I said, you know, I'm going to broadcast it, you know, be able to like tell the story a little bit more. Right. Even though now is the actual time that I'm actually, you know, in front of a mic and camera, and I'm glad I'm able to, like, this is my first interview, be able to do this on your platform. Well, no, because it happens so organically. Right. And I like how it came about, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this is a place where the beginning of many great things start. Right. And here we don't judge an individual based on what they have already done, or no, we judge them based on where they're coming from and where they're going, because we go from inspirations to aspirations, right? And you become great when you sometimes come from a place of adversity, and from that place you're able to do much greater things. Right. So, but we appreciate you accepting our invitation to come and share your journey. Of course, you get to college and you discover that you have the gift of cutting. Right, so now you can cut. Of course, you don't cut hair, but you cut fabric. Right? You have the gift of designing, and not just limited to that, because you are creative. You create many other things. But let's now go to the stage in which you're in college and you come up with the idea of starting to create clothing or styling. How does that come about?
Man, so I was, not to be too wordy, mouthy, but in college I actually was a walk-on at UTEP for the basketball team. Okay. So that was kind of something that I envisioned from high school. I played basketball, high school, college. I was blessed to be able to play a year with a lot of great guys. So I was kind of going back and forth. I took off a year after that, and then I came back, and I kind of like hit a wall, you know, just trying to figure out, like, you know, I was doing civil engineering. That was something that obviously, you know, in an African household, you have like 3 options, like lawyer, doctor, engineer, you know what I mean? So I was just trying my hand at that, but that wasn't my passion. I just knew I could do it because, like I said, my mind is, if I put my mind to it, I'll be able to accomplish it, you know. But so I think it was like around 2014, something like that. I'm in the dorm room with a good friend of mine, Wayne Frazier, you know, just kind of listening to some music, and just I was thinking out loud. He kind of knew what the mindset I was in, just trying to create something. And that's kind of when it clicked for me. I think we were either listening to, or he just made a reference to an Erykah Badu song.
Which one?
Apple Tree.
Wow.
Yeah. And she said in the beginning, I have this fruit for you. And she referred to it she referred to the people that she was talking to as the Creator's righteous children. Right. So then he said, and he knew that I wanted a 3-word kind of situation. I like 3 letters. Like, and I was a big fan of LRG. That had a big impact on me growing up, just the artisticness and, you know, a lot of different styles. So I was looking to try and like capture that inspiration as far as using 3 letters. So then he just kind of like threw it out there. He was like, man, why don't you use, you know, creative righteous children, like, you know, creators righteous children. I was like, man, let me put a spin on it and say creative righteous children. Right. And that's kind of when it kind of came together so organically, man, in that moment. And I appreciate him for just helping, just hearing, you know, while someone's just going through that bouncing ideas off the wall,
Yeah.
and you know, that was real energy. So
Indeed.
yeah, that's when it kind of started.
Indeed, yeah. You find your tribe, and once you find your tribe, of course, you definitely know,
Yep.
you know how to place yourself and what it needs, and
Yep.
how
Yep.
you can add value to it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you start the company, of course, and now you already got this business going on.
Mhm.
Some of the good challenges that you went through that you could share with someone who may be going through, and what would that be? What would they be?
Man, before I get into that, I do want to say that was just the seed, the naming, right?
Got you, right.
I kind of went to my cousin, who I started the business with, Joe Entry.
Yeah.
We call him Peter Entry. Was very monumental in the seeding and the start of the business. I wouldn't be here without him.
Yeah.
You know, so I definitely want to give him his flowers.
Yeah.
And he still also, like, you know, consults. I talk with him throughout, you know, the whole process up until now.
Right.
But I would say you asked what some challenges were, correct?
Yeah, so some of the great challenges that you could share with other people that could be going maybe through the same, in case they at some point decided to create or to go through the same, they go through the same thing that you have gone through.
So some of the challenges I would say is definitely like self-doubt. You know, you're gonna deal with a lot of self-doubt, overcoming self-doubt.
Yeah.
I would just also say, it's not a challenge, but something that helped with the self-doubt is we try to keep God in every decision that we make, you know, whether it's through prayer or whatever the case may be. Just kind of try and lean on God more, because you're not gonna be able to do this by yourself. Indeed. You know. So yeah, some of the challenges that I've dealt with is just believing in yourself, you know. Going through, because it starts off as an idea,
right,
you know, and no one really sees the vision but you and God.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
always.
You have to really put forth the energy and the effort,
right.
You know.
Indeed.
And, you know, people being able to take you seriously, and, you know, it's just a lot of little things doing, because like I said, I'm from Ghana. So it's always an international, global perspective
to it. Exactly. Yeah.
That's the perspective to the business from point A to point B, you know, to Z, you know what I mean? So just doing business internationally, understanding what that entails, you know, don't get discouraged about, you know, the financial, you know, create from the heart.
Exactly.
You know,
so think big, think your vision, right? And don't worry about everything else will come into place if you got your vision.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And God.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sure.
Indeed. And God.
Yes.
That's very important.
For sure.
Now, for people that need to get in touch with you, where would they go?
So, you can go social media, email. Social media is definitely ARECRC. We are Creative Righteous Children. Email is c.righteous.c@gmail. Yeah, that's pretty much primarily where you can reach us at as a company.
Okay, sure. And what's the website?
Website is www.wecrcc.com.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Yeah, there you go. And some of the pieces of the or some of the things that make you, I guess, different from everybody else, what would those be? In your opinion, of course.
In my opinion,
because those things are relative, would be to the
right? In my opinion, I also want to, you know, I definitely don't want to forget to mention my other half, my business partner. You know, my cousin. I think that family business is very imperative for what we doing as far as with Creative Righteous Children and just as a whole, because you know a lot of these big brands are based in family, you know, have a family last name, at least I should say. But Kofi Anani Setre, I definitely want to you know, make sure his name is spoke over the mic. You know, hopefully we can come back and he'll be here, and you know, we can extend the conversation, because I definitely appreciate you extending the hand for me. But the question was,
if I don't actually, now I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure as I go along that I mention the right people.
Yeah. Out of the pieces that you have created, I'm back
what
now.
What stands us out?
The one piece, the one creation that to you makes you different from everybody else?
I just think the man, it sounds so cliche, but just the authenticity and the vision, that we have. Me and my cousin, we kind of really do a good job of cultivating the right environment for us to succeed.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have healthy conversation. We
Right.
argue. We go
Right.
through it all. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I really value his opinion. This business wouldn't be here without him. You know what
Gotcha.
I mean?
Yeah.
So I definitely would say that just our authenticity and our connection to our culture.
There you go.
That definitely puts us at a different spot.
Yeah, so fostering a healthy environment to grow.
Yes.
Indeed. All
Most
right.
definitely.
So and with that in mind, so the business primarily creates what would be some of the things that right now people, or some of the services that could right now get from your institution.
So right now we're doing clothing. So we have custom tailored clothing. Then we also have merch, apparel. This is one of our merch lines that I've also put together with another cousin who is a DJ. So this is going to be, one of our staples in our merch line.
Anything Afro is actually a brand.
Yep, it's going to be an experience. You know what I mean?
So
my cousin Kofi Bidiako in DC, I definitely want to give him a shout out as well, because he kind of came up with it, and we kind of put our minds together. So this is one of the things as well, merch, but we also do creative marketing. So we edit, we do flyers, we do different things of that nature. So we have a custom side, but then we also have a service side where we can provide t-shirts for we've done for different schools and organizations and different family functions or whatever the case may be. So we have the brand that we're building, but then we also have services as well.
Got you.
So it's just all in the creative industry,
right?
You know what I mean? And it's about collaboration. So we want to collaborate with other creatives and build and grow together.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about the Anything Afro experience. So what exactly does that experience entail?
So as far as Anything Afro, we're trying to take it to a level where it's creating a environment or an experience for people to come out and enjoy themselves, but then also to put the culture on display in the right way, advertising in the right way, not only party side but educational side. And then the messaging that we will put through the clothing and then also through the promo. So it's just being able to tell the story, because there's a lot of things that's Afro beats, Afro fusion, Afro Latin. It's a lot of things that kind of go under that umbrella of Afro.
High life. I mean, you're from Ghana. You can't forget high life, right?
We can't forget high life. Not at all. The start of it all. Shout out Fela Kuti too, man. The legend of Nigeria.
Yeah. All right. So you see, you're already trying to start a war. We're talking about the starting it all, and then
most definitely. We respect all.
Because the Cameroonians are gonna say that if there was a beginning, the beginning was Makossa. It was not anything else. And then Nigerians are gonna say that no, it's Afrobeat. So it's Fela Kuti. But we will leave. But at the end of the day, it's really a beautiful thing, right? To see African culture flourish and prosper in such a way in America.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, today it's like you turn on the radio and you almost forget that you are in the United States of America, because you're listening to songs that 5 to 10 years ago you would only hear them in the continent, playing on urban radio. Right. Yeah.
Definitely. I definitely like that, man. I like the display, but I don't want it to be exploit. I don't want it to go into the wrong way. I definitely like the highlights, but I like to also, for people to put their foot in the ground, touch the soil, but then also better the soil, advance the culture. Now, don't just go to Ghana to party in December. Go in March or June to build, you know what I mean? Connect with the locals and things of that nature. So, I also want that message to resonate as well.
Yeah. Now, talking about Ghana, you picked up any property out there yet?
Yeah, we actually
Okay.
we as a family we have some acres that we about to build on.
There you
That's actually my first time putting it out there. But yeah, we have some acres we about to build on as far as farming, agricultural.
Right.
And then we have a storefront in front of the house right now.
Yeah.
So we kind of just building family business, trying to get my sister. She's a doctor.
Yeah.
Also, let me also just shout out the family.
Yeah. Give the names.
Nanafia. Let me say it right. I don't know why I'm acting up right now. The camera's on. But Nanefia, Yaw Mensa, one of my little sister, I should say. The doctor of the house. She's definitely a very special person in my life. We definitely grew up very, very close. I think she's like 2 years under me, if I'm not mistaken. But then also my older brother, Yaw Mensa, I definitely also want to, just put his name in the airways. We always, we grew up competitive with one another. He's the one who kind of like helped craft me as a basketball player.
There you go.
And now we have an even more amazing relationship, so I definitely love and respect all of them as well. Like I definitely want to be able to put them out there and let them know that I wouldn't be here without them, business wise and as a person. For sure.
So who's the oldest?
Kwamna.
Yes, sir. So you in the middle.
Yeah. So you know how that
always
is,
looking
right?
for attention. Had to find something special to come out. You couldn't just stay regular. No,
I ain't gonna get in a therapy chair, but that's a whole nother conversation, man.
But it's a good thing, though.
Yeah,
it's a good thing. Nothing better than healthy competition.
Yeah. So I definitely want to be able to put them out there, and it's 1,000 people I can thank, but. Everybody that's been connected to me and affected me in any kind of way positively, whether I played basketball with you, had a class with you, whatever, like, you've helped me, and I want to send the love and good energy to you, because it matters. It definitely matters.
There you go. So any other shout outs that you would like to give?
Man, off the top, just I want to shout out you, man.
Thank you,
definitely.
Sir. Thank you
for this opportunity. I had my adrenaline was pumping beforehand, but this is a very nice aesthetic. I really like this, man.
Thank you.
I definitely want to be able to come back.
Thank you.
I want to shout out Baba Tunde, that helped put us together, connect us together, and hopefully, we did a fashion show with him a couple of weeks back. We can also, collaborate, and just anybody that's connected to, me and know me as a person and have helped me, man, shout out to you. Like, I want to send that love, send that energy to you.
Yeah.
And, this is just the beginning. So I'm glad I was able to, come on your platform.
Yeah, there you go.
And this is history in the making.
There
this
you go.
Definitely history in the making.
And you came in with fire, man. Fire alarms and everything.
That was the signal off top. That was the signal, like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a fire one.
Indeed, which is a great thing. But before we go, actually, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the you mentioned Baba Tunde.
Yeah.
And there's actually something special, really happening, which is that actually connected us, which was the shooting of his video.
Right.
His music video. So and you are the guy who did the wardrobe for the music video.
Yep. We got him in a couple of clothes. We had featured a couple of outfits on there. My cousin, you're gonna see, make an appearance on there. Getting into his bag.
Yeah, you can say his name.
Kofi Anani said, "Tread, my boy." He was in the video as well. So I'm excited. He had some good ideas. I definitely like the location that he was in and the concept for the video. So I'm ready to see what that comes out to be.
There you go. Now styling and fashion and designing, which one is your favorite?
Man, that's a great question. I would say designing. Like, I really get like activated by creating the ideas and collaborating. I really like that. That kind of gets my blood boiling. I really like that. But styling as well, because I also get to bring your personality out,
Right.
whoever that person is, you know,
Right.
and collaborate. Like I keep saying that word, but it's very, you know, imperative that
the
it's
importance of
important.
collaboration.
Yeah, I love it. Creative collaboration, I
There you
love
go.
it. You know, so that's I would say design first, but then styling. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing, man. We definitely appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come through. I'm sure that that you got great things up and coming. I mean, remember the Diaspora Central is home.
Yes.
Yeah, you're always welcome to come by, and anytime you got any initiatives, don't forget to reach out to us, and somehow if we can support it, we'll definitely do so.
Most definitely. Yeah. Again, thank you, man. I can't thank you enough. This was like a bridge I crossed, you know, just being able to think about, you know, experiencing self-awareness, and I'm like, man, I don't like the way my voice sound, and you know, you start off with self-hate, now I'm in self-love.
There you
know
go.
what
Yeah,
I mean? So I
that doubt,
appreciate
overcoming that self-doubt, right? That fear.
It's powerful.
It always
Very
happens.
powerful,
and we happy that you gave us that honor to actually help you cross that bridge. So now you should be more at ease at any other interview in any other channel, because you know that if the question doesn't come, you can always elaborate the answer.
Come on, man. Forever.
Indeed. Because at the end of the day, you just gotta represent what you represent and represent it well. Anything Afro.
Yes, sir. Anything Afro, man. It's gonna be a movement. This is history in the making, man. I thank you, man. I definitely need the footage from this one.
There you go. And then you'll be available right there with you with all the tickers necessary and everything that you got going on, including your website. So for all those of you that took time out of your busy schedule to listen to our conversation, we thank you for doing so. And remember that at the end of the day, it's all about creating. And when you create, don't inhibit yourself to simply those things that surround you. No, allow yourself to honestly listen to your innermost self. Listen to that God voice within you, so that you can become the greatest creation you can become. You can put out that image that God wants you to put out and share with the rest of the world. So until next time, peace.